Welcome friends to the Beaver Dam. We're gonna have a damn fine time like we always do. Today we're talking about the Fury class Interceptor, just to show you guys that's where we are. We are on the Fury class Interceptor. We're gonna show you how to do it with Rey and Kylo. I'm saying right now Rey is kind of iffy. We'll do Kylo first, just because he's for sure like wins this period, versus Rey, Rey being a little iffy. I'll show you guys the mods right here. This isn't my account. I'm using someone else's account, so they're not the greatest mods, but they're still, you know, some solid mods. So that's kind of what we're searching for, is some solid mods. Nothing too crazy. The big thing you want to worry about is that your first order officer is at least 1 speed faster than your Hux. So that is very important, as always. So we're going to jump right in. This is kind of our classic lineup for the Proving Grounds in general. Things to keep in mind: Malgus can't be stunned in this. So it's not really a big reason to actually stun Malgus. So I actually suggest stunning Sith Empire Trooper to start. So we'll deal with this, you know, we'll keep going. I'm gonna try to pass it back. Obviously I can't pass it back, so the reason for that is because with these buffs that we have and debuffs, come on, let me see it right here. Hesitation, can't assist or gain bonus turn meter, but we still do that to get that offense up, you know, keep us looking sexy. We are gonna siphon from the Sith Empire Trooper for the reason of, you know, we want to siphon from whoever has the stun. If we siphon from the stun, then we will always be getting double what we normally would get. So we'll pass our thing back to him, and honestly, I am just gonna hit this again and just kind of siphon again, get some more ultimate charge as fast as we can, as much as we can. Let's get some defense up, hit that stun. Kind of just keep moving. We're just basically chugging along. Ultimately, this battle is not dictated by anything special when it comes to SLKR, and that's why I love using SLKR for this. Now that Malgus is taunting, we can siphon Mastery from him. There's nothing preventing us from siphoning Mastery from him. You can see here he has the Mastery decrease symbol. This ability does nothing but gets rid of buffs, so we might as well, just for fun, make sure, you know, people aren't having a ton of buffs. We are going to throw a stun out here. Honestly, I am not a fan of how much Darth Revan does to this team, so I'm actually going to throw a stun on Darth Revan before we jump into Ultimate. We'll get that offense up, so we'll have some offense up going as we jump into our Ultimate, see if we can't deal some damage. And so as you can tell, there's not like, I'm not sitting here and being like, oh, there's a specific way to do this. It's really just kind of playing SLKR the way that SLKR is meant to be played. If you play it pretty well, you'll basically only lose 1 person. You know, that can change obviously, but like you're seeing here, we're going through people very quickly. And so at this point, he's the only one left. We'll siphon from him just to reduce his stats. So that way he's ensured not to kill off any of our guys, and right there, we're done. So SLKR is going to be a super, super easy counter for this, which is really, really lucky for you guys. Well, friends, I am not that intelligent, unfortunately. I completely forgot to throw on airplane mode. I can't afford the crystals right now to be able to show you guys the Rey side, but luckily I have some footage from when I was testing, and so I will roll that footage to kind of explain what's happening and kind of talk to you guys. I'm not going to promise you're going to win, because honestly it took me like 4 tries to get a win, and then I tried 3 more times after that and I couldn't get a win. So I'm not going to promise a win, but it's possible to do with just a basic Rey team that you can get from the LIghtspeed bundle. This was the composition I ended up using. I tried using Resistance Hero Finn originally in BB-8. Didn't work very well, but L3 seemed to keep your team alive the longest, and really that's all that matters, is keeping this team alive. As long as Rey can keep hitting her sudden whirlwinds, you kind of win. So here's the mods that I was using. So these are fairly good mods. Some of them are just so-so, like my JTR obviously is so-so. This guy obviously is way too fast. Don't worry about having him this fast, honestly. You know, Holdo, just very so-so. L3, same thing, very so-so. But yeah, you'll just kind of just jump in, and we'll jump into that footage right now. So it is possible. I have done it. I've gotten close twice, and I've won once. So it is possible. So I wouldn't suggest using this ability. You can't call people to assist, and so you want to wait for to use this ability as something that you're going to use to cleanse off debuffs. And so it'll help you keep Rey alive. It'll help you keep your tanks alive. So hold on to it for that reason. So I'm just going to hit that and get rid of the taunt on him. We're going to try and focus down Malgus as much as we can. We'll throw our lifeblood on our tank. Obviously, you're going to get a play started. It looks a little scary already, which is fine. Now, here's where the important part where you need to pay attention comes into play. If Darth Malgus has protection up, do not hit him. If he does have protection up, do not hit him. If he doesn't, hit him. That's basically your whole goal with your sudden whirlwinds. So you're gonna have to time out some sudden whirlwinds here or there. So we will go over to Sith Empire Trooper here, and we're just gonna hit our sudden whirlwind there. Start working on him just a wee bit. I'm just gonna hit this ability just for fun. Let's get those taunts up. We're gonna pass our second lifeblood to our tank once again. I honestly probably should have put it on holdo. That's what I did last time, just to keep her alive a little longer, but I think we should be fine, as you can see. So, important little thing, your ultimate is basically to help you get your health back in this event. That's basically what I've been using it for, because it doesn't do any damage. And you remember how in other tiers you'd ramp damage over time? Well, the problem is with this buff or debuff that everyone has, you can't gain bonus turn meter, and so the damage will never ramp on this team, so you're 100% relying on your sudden whirlwinds. And so I'm going to hold on to this right now because I think we'll be fine without it for a hot second, and I'm just going to get rid of Sith Empire Trooper if possible. Sweet, now we can full on other characters. I am going to take off the debuffs from Rey, see if we can't get some healing going on Rey. So we'll hit our ultimate now. Keep that taunt up, you know, keep her taunting. L3 should always be taunting as much as possible. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have an ability block on Holdo, and we could get a heal on Rey, but whatever. No such luck. Looks like we weren't under that 50% threshold, so we didn't get the extra heal, but it's fine. We're just going to keep going, and at this point, it's just kind of a waiting game, honestly. And if you have the chance, you want to try and sudden whirlwind Talon. That is like the win condition here, because if you don't sudden whirlwind Talon, you're going to have to go through Malgus twice, which is no bueno. Obviously, the rest of this fight right here is going to be really, really bad RNG, just because we get people dying off. We have Talon just not in the right spot, Malgus not in the right spot, missing out on some heals here and there. So obviously this is a pretty bad RNG run, but I wanted to show you kind of the overall idea of trying to gun down Sith Empire Trooper, trying to gun down Talon, and then trying to gun down Malgus. And you just try to balance those sudden whirlwinds as much as you can, and balance those ultimates to try and get your heals when you're under 50% health, as well as just keeping your team alive with them. But this is definitely the way that I found that worked really, really well. Is just with this route. Obviously, you might find another route that works better. Of course, there's going to be characters that are going to be better for this. I'm guessing that throwing Malak in this team is actually going to be a really great thing to do. But obviously, I try to make things that, you know, people with the Lightspeed bundles can easily use. I suggest SLKR if you're going to use a Lightspeed bundle thing. But there's going to be other characters, and I would love to hear what you guys think. If any of you are testing and you figure out a way to do it with Rey that uses, you know, Malak, that uses a different composition of resistance characters, especially those people who are using just Lightspeed bundle things. If you find out that, you know, Queel and IG-11 work on this, that's great. I just messed up pretty hardcore this time and made it so I couldn't, you know, redo the event again. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments section. Also, if you guys haven't already, please do subscribe. It does help me out a ton. We were trying to go to 1,700. We just hit 1,600. We're going to keep pushing. We basically are just trying to build as much of a community as we can, so that way everyone can enjoy themselves. Right here, you can see I'm kind of, you know, clicking things. It's because I'm trying to point out that we have a sudden whirlwind ready, but Talon isn't open and protection up is on Malgus. And so now there's no protection up on Malgus. I am going to double check here because you can see at the top it's glitching and showing that he has it for some reason, but because he doesn't, we go all in with that sudden whirlwind. So you do want to make sure Malgus doesn't have a protection up, or you're going for Talon. But that's about it for this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you have any compositions that you see, if you have other teams, maybe you figured out how to do this one with Sith Eternal. I didn't really test anything besides LIghtspeed bundles, but we are trying to build a community of people working together to make this game the most bearable game, period. Because we love Star Wars, we love this game, we want to make it succeed because we want to have fun. And so we want to make the best damn community we can. So please throw in the comments any advice you got, anything you got. I'd love to hear it. And you know, if you got something really good for the people that bought LIghtspeed bundles, I'd love to hear it, and I'll pin your comment to the top. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.